Happy
That was fast.
Saturday.
Very fast.
That was a quick end.
Let's
Hi,
it goes right
everybody.
in. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Live from Rabs.
on
Joe,
the plaza.
We would normally
On
say
the plaza.
on the
That's
plaza.
right. This is
Live on the plaza.
normally we say it from inside Rabs Country Lanes.
Not
Today
today.
we are
Outside.
outside Rabs
On the
Country Lanes.
promenade. On the plaza.
It is a beautiful day.
It really
crazy.
is.
Crazy
Now,
beautiful.
our guests today are living in beautiful, sunny Texas, and so I'm sure they could talk a little bit about the weather, but it's very difficult for them. It's probably hotter in Texas.
They don't understand what this is like for us.
Now, this is a
Yeah,
70-degree day,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful.
This is like a prison break today. It's like breaking out of jail today.
Well, today is also Oscar Mayer front lawn cookout day, Joe.
Yes, it is. I know.
And
that kind of inspired us
It's
to
something
come
like that.
outside.
Come
Yeah.
outside. Come out to
so
the plaza.
just it's the front yard cookout day. If
Yes.
everybody's outside their front yards, it's like it's the approved block party.
Yes, it is.
So I know my neighbors are home outside on their front lawns. I'm hoping to get some pictures. But Joe, we should always stand at least 12 hot dogs apart.
Yes, that works for me. At least.
A little difficult for us today up here. But
Yeah, that's okay. We're making the best of it.
we haven't been quarantined together in a house, but we've been quarantined here at Rabs together. So,
Yeah. Well, tight-knit little group.
Yes.
Yeah. We haven't really allowed anybody else into the inner sanctum.
Thank you. I feel honored.
When Naz sees a shadow, she just cringes.
I get it. Yeah, I'm a little paranoid.
Who is that? Naz, it's
I'm a
Michael.
little paranoid. And the thought of somebody actually coming in, other than Joe Cal,
Thank you.
and if Joe Bruno was to come, I'm good with that. But yeah, pretty much anybody else, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a tough time right now. You have to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, we hope everybody's doing all right.
Yeah.
We have a studio audience today.
Yes, we do.
The goat, and I mean, like, he looks like a goat. The abominable snowman, Jim Episcopia,
The Big E
has
is here.
dropped by. If you only saw what he looked like right now.
Yes.
And that's Grandpa Jim.
Yes.
Lynda, Grandpa Jim came just for you. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I do want to share. So today I had the opportunity to participate in my first happy birthday drive-by.
Oh, very nice.
I'm so sorry.
Who's the lucky
that.
person?
So today is Tina Recchia's birthday.
Oh,
Tina, happy
okay.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Tina.
I've seen them. We've talked about it. I think this should be a permanent thing.
It is cool, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's very
cool.
nice.
It is cool.
It's great.
She was crying. She
Really?
was excited.
Really?
Yeah, so here's a video. So I'm gonna the organization of these things isn't the easiest sometimes,
It's
especially
a little,
where they live.
Yeah.
Well, unlike the people who were here yesterday,
Yeah.
that were able to use our lot to line up all their cars.
I saw
and
that.
Kind of,
I saw that.
but kind of all be together.
It was perfect out there. No. This one. So
Today
Marco
was a
says-
little off.
Marco says we're gonna meet off Drumgoole and Arden. That doesn't work. You can't park on Drumgoole.
You
Yeah,
can't let a
there's
Brooklyn
nothing.
guy tell you where to meet on Staten Island. Marco's as bad as me.
Well, I don't think it was him. I think it was the other Brooklyn
Okay,
guys.
all right. Okay.
Brooklyn, nonetheless.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
come
was
on.
definitely Brooklyn guys.
Come on.
So,
Yep.
all right. So now the Works, myself, my sister-in-law get there. We're like, where are we going? So we figure it out. But the cars came from all over the place. All of a sudden, we're hearing honking and cars are this way. But then it turned into a block party
Nice.
because the Recchias, I mean, they're an amazing family. There's brothers, sisters. There's a
Big family.
Yeah, big family. Yeah.
No. This was not just a parade, a
Yeah.
drive-by. It was a block party. Everybody just stopped. So Kevin's like, I thought we have to keep driving. Like, drive around the block. No, they just stopped.
Nice.
And of course, they wanted to scream.
Of
yell.
course, yeah.
Right. So I brought Harry along with me.
Oh, Harry made the trip.
Harry.
Very nice.
So of course it had to be a spectacle.
Of course.
Of course, that's the only
And a
way we
police
do
escort
things.
would-
Should have had a
been nice.
police escort.
That would've been
Definitely.
nice.
I hope Marco bought something very expensive for his wife.
So happy birthday, Tina. Thank God I put SPF on. Woo.
Yeah, I'm starting to
it's
feel like a
nice
French
and warm.
fry.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
I get a little color here.
I'm getting a little extra crispy right here. Smart, putting on a black shirt, another brilliant maneuver.
Mike
That's
Albie's
good.
watching, and Mike says, "I hope you have a great show. I hope you're wearing sunblock." Yes, I did. We were originally
not.
going to go out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it would have been okay because we wouldn't have been battling the sun,
Yeah, but it's still.
but we've been battling the wind.
Yeah, no, it's okay
Yeah,
here.
and
though.
it's
This
sunny
is-
out there too. I
Yeah.
mean, it wouldn't have been this way.
Yeah,
It
but
would have been more sideways. But
well, by the
Same.
end of the show, it'll be
good.
behind us. So,
So Jim, it's 2 o'clock now, and about 3 o'clock. Where is that sun going to be?
Where's that sun going to be? It's going to be about 3 feet lower.
oh, so somebody said take a picture of Jim and then post it.
yeah, Jim is our resident meteorologist
Oh, you should-
now.
I'm going to take a picture.
out here.
Grandpa
Take a picture
Jim.
of Jim. He's getting ready to play Santa Claus this year at the Christmas party.
I mean, if your wife does not like that beard. There's no way your wife approves of that beard. Yeah, married 50 years and never a fight, right?
That he won.
52. Right. I know that feeling. I know that feeling, Jim.
Wow, this is really. I can't get over how beautiful it
Yeah,
is out
this what a
today.
day.
The only thing, Joe. Where do we want to be right now?
I know, on the golf course.
And
It's-
am I wrong? But is every other borough playing golf except us
everybody in the state of New York is playing golf except us in the
on Staten Island?
city, in the boroughs.
But I heard people were playing in the other boroughs.
Well, they must be trespassing the same way everybody else
okay.
out here
All
is,
right.
because the courses will let you on. They're not technically locked. Can't really lock a course, right?
Right.
But I mean, I don't think anyone has been chased off in the last couple of weeks, but our courses here are technically not open, but the state courses, Long
Okay.
Island, Westchester, upstate, people are playing. Jersey, I heard today there's a big
Yeah.
crowd playing out in Jersey
Yeah, I
at
can
all of the
imagine.
different courses. So I got to tell you, I'm going to be tempted by the end of the week to go and maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawbreaker, but I might have to trespass one night towards the end, right before sundown.
Well, I think
go out and
that,
play a few.
yeah, and I think the insult to injury is the lack of having our golf outing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
well, exactly. And I was
Yeah.
going to get to that, is that
Yeah.
this Friday would have been our annual Rab Wilkinson Memorial Foundation golf outing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we have a sellout crowd
Oh
overbooked
my God, such a good event
every year.
Yeah.
And, not only is it a great event, but it's something that we look forward to. We get
Yeah.
to see so many people
Yeah.
in a relaxed atmosphere. We have a good time. It's just a great event. and
Best
it's
golf outing ever.
ever.
Oh, ever.
Everybody tells us
EVA,
that.
ever.
And so we won't have it this year. It's canceled for 2020.
It's on
It'll be
pause. Right?
May 7th, 2021.
Oh, we got a date already.
We have
All
a
right,
date. We're
May
locked
7th.
in. We're ready to go. We're gonna have an awesome day.
Put it in my day planner.
And really, our outing. I say that, and we should be biased, but it really is one of the best ones. Everybody
Oh
tells
my
us.
God. it's
Lots of
unbelievable.
food,
Overbooked.
lots
Yeah.
of
Overbooked.
yeah, we're overbooked every year,
Lots of adult
Which is-
beverages. It's good.
which is hard for us because we don't ever want to turn any. Did it suddenly get quiet?
Yes, there's a traffic light.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, it's red.
It just
yeah.
kinda-
They turned their
like-
car radio down. They
Um,
turned their blow punk
But
down.
yeah. So yeah, we have lots of food.
Oh, yes.
Food on each hole,
Oh my
or
God, it's
some
unbelievable.
kind of drinks on each hole.
Jello
or
shots.
Jello
sangria.
shot.
Hey,
cigar
listen,
hole,
we have a lot
cannoli
to look
hole.
forward to in 21. We had a lot of things planned for this year that were new and exciting to celebrate. So,
Well, it gives us a whole year to make 2021 even better.
There you go.
So, Naz, today is Saturday, and Saturday here on the Live from Rab show means what?
PBA, Pro Bowler, PWBA Saturday. So it's Pro Bowler Hall of Fame Saturday.
We're getting pictures taken.
And that also means that Joe is with us.
I'm back. I
And
know it's
Joe is
Saturday.
here.
I know it's Saturday when I get up in the morning, have breakfast, jump in the shower and shave and say, oh, I'm going on the show today with my friends at Rabs.
Yeah,
And it's Saturday.
look at that. You have something to look forward to with the shaving.
I do, because I got to tell you, now that I'm working from home, I shave once a week now. So not all gray yet like our friend Jim there, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Jim.
And you missed last night, so we're live. I was live twice yesterday. I'm done. I'm toast.
Yeah.
We did bingo last night.
I heard.
Inside the lanes.
How'd it go?
Rotary Club. It was so great. We're going to do it again next Friday.
Perfect. Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Shoot me.
Excellent.
Never played a game of bingo until last night, and then of course we ran
Well,
a
but
bingo
now
game.
you know all the ins and outs.
We're getting there. We're going to figure it out.
So
It's another
It was-
ratings grab.
Naz, did you enjoy yourself?
We had a great time. It was me, my mom. Ray was sleeping, but and Liz was, and me, my mom, and Liz. We had a great time.
Excellent.
Awesome.
We really, really did.
So we're looking forward to doing that
We
again.
were enjoying some wine.
Ah, very
And,
nice.
Really?
Yeah,
I just don't
Very nice.
Liz. Yeah, she was
I
drinking.
saw the
amaretto.
picture that you posted. It was funny. So Liz posted a picture. She had her little glass of amaretto and her bingo cards, and you could see like you guys were cuddled in the living room or
Yeah,
in a
well, we're in
circle
the
or-
living room because I had it up on my TV, so it was pretty
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Well, enough about us. We've got some
Enough.
awesome
Yes.
guests with us today. Lynda and Chris Barnes. Welcome to Delaware Avenue, outside Raps Country Lanes.
The one and only.
Hi, guys.
Howdy.
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm from Texas.
Howdy.
So first of all, it's nice to see the two of you because that means you didn't kill each other just yet.
Well,
There was a key word there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
understand.
it looks beautiful there.
It's nice today.
It's
Yeah.
sunny, breezy, 70 degrees.
Yep.
What's going on down there in Texas?
It's a rough 90.
Oof.
Oh my God. Wow.
The pool's,
Yeah.
the pool's getting warm.
I was just gonna say, you guys should be in the pool right now.
The pool's getting warm.
I think when the show's over. that's
Ours
when
aren't
they're-
open yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also rained this week, so the pools. It would be a little chilly to get in there right now, but it's nice. May 1st was kind of a soft opening day for Texas. So 25% capacity in businesses. May 18th is the rollout for things like bowling centers. So at 50%. So
Are the people kind of divided like they seem to be in other places? Like some want them open, some don't.
yeah, I mean, my personal opinion on basically social media, you have the 10% that are very strong on one side and the 10% the other, and they do about 85% of all the posts. And the most of us are somewhere in the middle, leaning a little bit of, yeah, okay, we'll go out, but we'll be real, I'm going to be really cautious about it. Or, hey, I know somebody who's sick, and so
Right.
we're not going to participate, but I'm fine. Obviously, we know lots of business owners too, so we lean a little bit one way or the other, but it's a very divisive issue, and I think it has a lot to do with who's been touched personally and who hasn't been touched.
Yeah. Yep.
The same goes here. Really, if you really
true.
think about this, the same thing happens here. I just saw the line down Frankie and Sal's, and who's wearing masks, who's not.
Yeah.
And
That's
of course, the people are on top of each other. But then, of course, there are the people without the masks that are away from everybody.
Yeah.
Who should be wearing it. And then I see a guy with his mask and this little newborn, this infant, no mask, no covering, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just
You wonder what
like you
goes
care
through
about
people.
yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what goes through your head? I
Sure.
don't understand people.
Joe, did you catch this? This is Beauty and the Beast. We're not asking who's.
Beauty and the Beast.
Well, it goes without
That's-
saying
that's
who the
they got on
beauty
their,
is.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
We are in order.
Here. Oh, right on the screen in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't really see the screen that the best. Is it I think this is the photo, right, Liz? So Lynda, here is Grandpa Jim and what he looks like right now.
Oh, hi.
Look at that
Fabulous.
beard.
Yeah, he's getting
How
ready.
gross
Yeah,
is that?
he's getting ready for Christmas. I'm
think
going
he
to send
looks
you my
great.
list. Sending you my list for the kids.
So Lynda, Grandpa Jim hasn't been around. He came for you today. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
I love that. We had some fun. We got to bowl together, and it was just one of the best times ever. It was that was a fun trip.
So Joe. Now we do this.
Right.
I hate to give away our secrets, but you put a name up on this. Chris, I'm sure you've never done this before. You put a bogus name up on the subboard, right? And 250 average, and then somebody calls them, right?
Yeah.
And the best is when you're in Nevada and they do it. So
Yeah.
Nevada, we went through this
Oh,
yesterday.
Nevada.
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 So when you're 3 hours difference,
Right.
and you're getting a phone call here at 6 a.m.
Right.
So we go bowl at the open. We need a sub.
Right.
So Jim and I are checking in, and we look at the sub board, and there's Lynda Barnes. So he goes, no way. I said, I don't know.
Yeah.
So now I put the number in my phone going, that's Linda's
That
number.
matches.
I don't know if she's in town or not. Doesn't
Right.
mean that one of her friends didn't do it.
Right.
So I text her, hey, I don't know if I called or text, whatever it was. Are you in Reno? Sure enough, I'm in Reno. I want to bowl.
Really?
So Lynda bowled with us, the Open Championships.
Very
And
nice.
she got her experience of Grandpa.
She experienced Grandpa Jim.
Ooh.
The best part was the phone call. Is this really Lynda Barnes? Yeah, it's really Lynda Barnes. Are you sure this isn't Earl Anthony here? It was so funny. It was the funniest conversation.
See, Jim, you never doubt, Jim.
I
Never
had to
doubt.
convince him. I had to convince him who I was.
And he didn't believe me either. He goes, no, it's not her. I said, this is her number in my phone. It's Lynda.
Oh, we had fun. We had a lot of fun.
Bowless cloud.
Yeah, it was. It was just
Yeah.
a little.
Now he's
tiny
got
cloud.
excited. A little cloud.
Yeah,
came
no,
by.
yeah.
You know what? It's funny because when you're in the beach or when you're on the pool, you pray for the clouds
to
to
move.
pass.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of hoping a cloud, just
Yeah,
a
like
cloud.
Park
will-
right there.
Just so you know, there's not one inside.
Never happy. Never
When
happy.
I
So-
go inside, I'm
how-
probably not helping.
Yeah, but-
How are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
two holding up with the
Right.
boys? So what's going on in the Barnes household?
Well, you know, I haven't been doing much of anything. Just cooking way more than I would like to, and way more than the boys would like me to.
I see that, Chris.
Yeah, she's doing good. Yeah, for people who've spent their whole life on the road, and she's kind of begs off for it. She has done a fine job. You know, they always say if you eat at home, you lose weight.
Lying. Liar.
Yeah.
Not true.
Hasn't really worked out that way.
Of course, that might be the wine that's helping with that. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh,
They
that's
did make a sign for you, or Linda did.
Forget about it. You catch that? Forget
forget about it.
Well, the top part's for you, Frankie.
Yeah.
Life happened. Wine helps.
Yeah.
She knows me very well.
Yes.
She knows me very well.
Yeah.
Yes, wine does help. And with this whole bingo thing last night, I didn't even. I drank like a glass and a half, barely.
I was watching.
Because I was a little worried about getting drinking too much.
Right. It's hard to kind of balance everything that's going on and
Yeah.
not wanting it to.
I can't wait to open up a new bottle tonight.
Oh,
Maybe
That's
you
what we're
should
doing.
What'd you say, Lynn?
that's what we've been doing, is playing with the animals.
Oh, wait. So what do you got there? Who is that?
That's Skylar. She's a mutt, but she's great. She's 45 pounds that turned into 80 pounds. So
Oh, okay.
Was it your own picking?
Every shelter tells you the dog, oh, it'd be 45 pounds max.
yeah,
Aw.
it takes this one.
Yeah.
Great.
She's a horse.
Is this the longest stretch you've ever been home, Chris?
I think
Yes.
so. Well, I mean, when I had back surgery, it was actually similar, but I was out bowling, I think, even before now.
Yeah.
So we're right at 2 months with no bowling at all. And I think I was bowling before that, even after surgery. So
Right.
it turns out Lynda is a really good travel agent too. All of my travel for 2021, she's planned. If I miss the cut, don't worry about it. I can stay on the road. She'll come see me when it's time.
I was going to ask whether it was a good thing or a bad thing at home, but I think you just answered that.
Right.
Yeah. It's different. It's the most time we've spent together in 20 years, I think. So I wear him out as much as he wears me out.
Oh, yeah. I'm
And
sure.
our kids have had enough.
Well, and so what are the boys up to? How are they hanging on and dealing with this?
Well, high school seniors supposed to graduate, which they are. I guess their GPA was high enough; they're going to skate through. Yeah, I mean, they've transitioned some stuff to online, but that that last semester of high school when you're a senior is a little soft anyway.
Yeah.
And so the teachers have kind of focused their efforts elsewhere, I would say. They get a lot of their homework on Monday, and about 45 minutes later, they're done for the week. And let's just say their PS4 and Xbox
Getting a workout.
characters are at almost max value now. So
They come out when they're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They're the real hermit crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we put a bathroom in that room where the gaming boxes are, we probably wouldn't see them at all.
I know that feeling.
Just a little slot under the door to slide some food.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You probably push it back.
We've actually created a little bit like dorm life, and college life. And okay, you can stay up till you want, and then but every once in a while you just have to wake them up. You have to be up by this time for. There's still some things going on, and so
right.
And
They're
be
not
a little responsible on their own, and they're learning that maybe they need to get to bed a little sooner.
They're not up yet. If that tells you anything, they're still in bed.
Yeah.
Wow. They were up late. Come on, it's fine.
Oh, they definitely were. Yeah. I mean,
We got one that can put a hurting on him. He can sleep. Troy can sleep. He's amazing.
he's not afraid to go 12 or 14 hours. The other one wants to stay up till 4. So
Yeah.
That's how the good 2K players get on.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. And then all of a sudden, wait, I got energy to go
Right,
again,
right.
Yeah.
That used to be me, but now I'm like, I get up early now. I used to be able to sleep in as long as I can. That doesn't exist anymore.
You hold change now.
Oof.
Wait till you get a little older.
Quarantine.
Just wait.
Yeah,
Just
I can't
wait.
imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Right, Jim? See?
Up early all the time.
There you go.
2 hours on the hour.
Well, yes. So you should take up golf, Jim. You'd be playing with us at 6 o'clock in the morning. If you play golf, get up nice and early. That's what we do.
Fishing.
That's why I don't golf.
That's why you don't golf. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
So
It's good.
Go ahead.
yes, I had a little. I had all my questions. Thank God I read them over and over again, and they're emblazoned in my skull because my phone overheated, and I had to run my phone inside to cool off. So the phone is inside cooling off while we're out here turning it into. Okay. So I have.
Whose idea was this anyway?
I'm not going to
pretty
say.
sure it was mine.
I'm not going to say because it's a wonderful idea. We're getting some vitamin D from the sun.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Forget my phone. I got them all memorized right here. So I'm going to go. It's this is the first question is for the both of you. So, what would you consider your greatest bowling moment in college and your greatest bowling moment as a pro?
Wow.
Start with Lynda.
Okay.
And then Chris has some time to think while Lynda answers.
Oh, greatest bowling moment in college. Gosh, I don't have a moment. I have the 4 years. I'm so thankful to have been a part of San Jose State. I got to bowl with Kim my freshman year because she's older than I am. Kearney. And just so many great experiences. I'm not sure I could narrow it to just one. It was an incredible 4 years. I think as a professional, maybe the second. This sounds bad. The second Queen's title, because I have 2. Just saying.
That's fine. That's something to be proud of. That's fantastic.
yeah, it doesn't sound bad at all, actually.
The second one was more of a reinforcement for me that I could compete. So that was a big self-fulfilling thing for me.
That's a great answer, Lynda. Chris, no pressure, Chris, but she gave 2 good answers.
Oh, she always gives good answers. I mean, one of my favorite moments for her actually was the one she beat Sean. So
there you go.
That was
great. That's right.
That was also pretty.
A little lucky, but we'll take it. I'm not giving it back.
You beat him fair and square. That's it.
The score at the end is all that matters.
That's right. That's right.
I think for me, my college highlight, obviously I was at Wichita State. She was at San Jose. So a little bit further apart. But I think the moment for me was probably at Nationals my sophomore year. And we heard this really obnoxious cheer from the other end of the building. Yeah, Lynda Norrie, yeah. And I looked down and saw who they were cheering about. That was probably my college highlight moment.
And I probably made a spare.
That's a good one, Chris. That's good.
Pro moment, the U.S. Open against Patrick Allen was probably my signature moment. Strike 9 spare to win, and they were brutal, and I'd been struggling on TV a lot at that point, and so that would probably have to be it.
That's great. I actually watched that day, and I remember, and I'm like, this is pressure, but you definitely came through. So that was great.
Yeah, Patrick had to wonder what kind of karmic forces were working against him that at that point that actually struck him 10th to win.
notice how that match, the Clash of Champions opportunity didn't strike as one of the top moments.
Yeah, no. Well,
No.
you know, that's
2008, 2009. I was there.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're talking about Sean or me or Chris? Because
Well,
they only had it 2 years, and a Barnes won both years, and then they didn't
Right.
have it anymore.
That's right.
so she wins, right? She wins it, and then he wins it. So
Right.
it's like the opportunity, you know.
Right. And now the tournament is
Yeah. Those were one
Yeah,
of
they
the.
canceled the series. They couldn't get a good star, so they moved on.
They ran out of Barnes at that point. So
It's
Well,
funny how both those trophies come out when Sean Rush comes to town. They sit up
Yeah.
at their place.
I would say have them out, have them nice and polished. Put
Yeah.
them right on the table. Yep. It's great.
We let him touch it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to send pictures, like you just bomb text.
Yeah.
Beating.
I tell you, they always think she's the nice one. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh no, we know the truth, Chris.
The
Yeah.
knife comes out, it cuts deep. I'm telling you.
Aww.
So
Only on people I like.
no, I got another one for you both. Who would you say during the course of your career has been the one person that is always that person that's kind of in your way for those big moments, like your opponent that was, say, the one that was the toughest to beat, or always had came down to the last frame, came down to the last ball. There's got to be that one person that's kind of like that, that one person that is kind of the rock in your shoe,
The pebble.
the pebble in your shoe. Yep.
I think for me, it used to be Kim Adler years and years ago. And then the newer tour, Stephanie beats me all the time. she just has my number, and I don't bowl anymore, so that's a good thing. But yeah, Stephanie. And my favorite person to bowl is Tish Johnson. We always have a blast. It's always super competitive, but it's fun. It's
Tish
in
is
your face kind of, back and forth thing.
yeah, she's a tough competitor, but she's great.
Oh,
She's
that's
great.
great.
Evil. She's evil, but I love it in a good way. In a good way.
That's good. Chris?
Well, at least for the first maybe 8 or 10 years on his tour, it was the trophy was in my way. I got to a lot of title matches and they didn't go very well. So,
yeah.
But my record against the big guys is pretty good, but it's never easy. I think my record, I only bowled Pete like 3 times, and I beat him actually all 3 times, which is, as good as Pete is on TV, and when he makes shows, he normally wins.
Right.
I guess Walter beat me for 2 Masters titles. I eaten him up in other matches, but that still leaves a mark because obviously that's the one that I don't have. That
Right.
Not a Grand Slam. And Norm was always, Norm is tough as nails.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of
The
people
toughest
feel
one
like,
for me to bowl in those matches though was always Robert Smith
yeah.
because he could always out rev rate me.
Yeah.
He was also pretty end over end, so he could play really tough for me to move him off a spot during a match.
Yeah.
7 gamers. So if he was in the finals, that's not really the guy I was looking to bowl.
Yeah, no, Robert, the rev rate he had, I remember he used to stand all the way left and loft it over the gutter cap. And I forget if it was, I don't think it was Nelson Burton. It was probably ESPN match. And his answer was, the ball can't hook if it's in the air.
Right. It's a great
Right?
line.
So, yeah. So my last question for you both is, if you had to go back to an era, say like the 70s, I'm like an old school guy. I like the 70s era and all that. So if you had to pick a bowler from that era that you would want to face in a television final, who would it be for you, Lynda?
Shoot, in the 70s. First person that came, Betty Morris, that's 70s, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't want to face any of them. I think they were tough. They didn't miss. I mean,
Yep.
they split boards. They weren't going to 2-8-10 very often.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So I don't know that I want to face any of them. I'll take today's generation where when they miss, they miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris?
And they cry.
Hmm?
I said, and they cry.
And they cry. Yeah. And then they don't talk to you, and then they get mad,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
you make them buy you a beer in the bar later.
There you go.
There it is.
That's what it's about, right.
Makes everything better.
If they
That's
pass,
right.
they have to buy, right? That's it.
Wine helps.
I grew up, I grew up in the 70s, or at least the late 70s, and the three guys were Marshall, Mark, and Earl.
Oh,
Right.
he name dropped. That's not fair.
Yeah, I sure did. I mean, my dad was left-handed, so he was an Earl fan. Mark was the best bowler, but I was probably most drawn to Marshall Holman. I don't really know why, temperament-wise at all. But, yeah, Marshall would have been my guy probably. That'd have been really fun, high-energy matches. I think that would have been the guy I would have wanted to bowl.
Yeah, that would have been an intense match for sure. Marshall, that guy wore his heart on his, not one sleeve, on both sleeves. He wore his heart. Emotional, but he was great, tremendous. Those are great answers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So how did you guys meet?
Whose version do you want?
We met in
I wanna
college.
hear-
The first time we met is in St. Louis at the match game tournament. My sophomore year, I guess, so it would have been 1989. And then several years passed in between, and then we were both on Team USA together in between significant others. And that's kind of where it blossomed.
That's the nice version.
Okay, so now you tell us the down and dirty version.
He actually put the moves on one of my best friends and teammates.
Wow.
He says he did it to get my attention.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Okay. We're still all friends. It's good.
They were.
It worked out.
That's one of those moments you ask for forgiveness later, right, Chris?
Yeah.
8 years later, I got it.
Yeah. 25 years
Your
later.
version of the story doesn't matter.
There you go. It was worth it, Chris.
Yeah, obviously she doesn't hang it over my head ever, so it's okay.
I just like how he always tries to bypass that. How'd you meet? Oh, well,
19, maybe.
you know.
Hey, so somebody wants to know, where are the boys going to college?
We have one who's decided he's going to go to Stephen F. Austin in beautiful Nacogdoches. He's going to be a music major. He wants to be a middle school band teacher. So he's
How awesome is that?
Yeah, they got a great band program there, and he plays bassoon, and they offer him quite a bit of scholarship money, and I think it's a great fit. He's got loves the head of his department. They really want him there, and he's it felt like home when we went down there and visited. So
yeah, and we all
pretty happy for him.
we like the color purple, so it's good. But
Actually, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's
yeah,
perfect.
that's Troy. Ryan is still undecided. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do.
He's thinking about bowling though, and so he's talked with both McKendree and Wichita State in the last couple of weeks. So
Good.
we'll see what happens there. He's got a little catching up to do though. He played basketball.
I was going to say, I know that they play basketball. Has bowling creeped into their brain yet?
Yeah, long-term prospects for 5'9" guys. We don't have 40-inch verticals.
I did that. That's my bad. Sorry.
Yeah. He can play college basketball somewhere, but wanting to go through the whole process and grind your way to try and get some time and do stuff. I think he's seeing that as an opportunity, and he's two-handed when he bowls. His rev rate's 500. Our band guy Troy, his rev rate's 400 and he's left-handed. He has no idea how easy he's got it. He hasn't turned. You have to love it either way. You have to love it for it to really work. And so,
Yeah, absolutely.
we'll see.
So who coaches the kids?
Mostly I coach, and then she repairs the damage, and whether mentally or physically, I'm a little more straightforward, and maybe.
Wow.
And then she comes in and says, "Well, what he really wants you to do is."
Perfect balance.
Yes, the yin and the yang. That's like most wives do, right? Come clean up the husband's mess. That's what they do. Yep.
Well, I think we make a good balance. He's so gifted and so smart and so analytical about what he does.
Right.
And I'm a feel, just hit the one closest to you. Wherever you do that, get 9, get a spare, catch a double. That's it.
There you go. Makes sense.
Different worlds.
Naz, you know anything about that?
About what? About the balance of coaching? Yeah. Yeah, we live that. So yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Totally understand that. But you know, I think that the analytical one is great at analyzing, but one is a better communicator of the idea, and the other one is good with the idea. So I think it's a great balance.
Yeah. You have to.
We always get but.
Right.
Yeah, but
there were 9, I think, the first time we heard, well, that doesn't work for me.
yeah. It was early.
We had to have that conversation about, you will probably be way smarter at a lot of things in this life than me. It is unlikely this will be one of them.
It might have been a little firmer than that. I get to be right in the bowling center.
Well, he gave us the PG version, right, Chris?
No, there were 9, so it was still PG.
Yeah.
We held off on those on the locker room until at least 16 or 17 before they got it.
Hey, by the way, they turn 18 on May 16th, so we expect a drive-by here in Texas.
There it is, Frank. Road trip.
That's it. We're gonna have to do a flyby.
Come on out.
Yeah.
Come out by the pool. It'll be warm by then.
You know me. I'm easy. Let's go.
Yeah, Frank, you got your own plane, right? Just
We are going to have
absolutely.
to.
It's right on the hangar on the roof.
Yeah.
We're good.
yeah.
Right up here.
I'll pick up Marcy on the way, Lynda.
Awesome. Deal. Now I got to get something else besides just wine, though.
I'll bring the bourbon. We're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. Deal.
Hey, Chris, you've been busy. You've been keeping yourself busy.
Yeah.
You and Stu talk a little bit about the Beef and Barnsey show.
Yeah, Barnsey. That's actually. I mean, I had nicknames in high school, but they were less complimentary than that. It was mostly Barney, and I was kind of the token guy on a basketball team in high school, so they met Barney Fife. You know, you have to be a certain age to know that characteristic. But I've rallied nicely since then. But I was almost that skinny back then too. So
Mayberry RFD.
yeah, there you go.
Yep.
But yeah, Stu and I had done some stuff on Flow Bowling and Extra Frame, and had some positive feedback. And it's team never wrong. Neither one of us are ever wrong, but we see it from a different perspective, and so people seem to find it somewhat entertaining. And this thing happened, and we're like, let's just have some fun and put together something and give people a half hour to not think about what's going on at the moment. And it's kind of blossomed into something that's somewhat successful, I would say, relatively.
You just admitted that. I like that. That's awesome. But I think it's why that. I think it's if you've tuned in. If you haven't tuned in, you got to tune in.
Yeah, it's good.
And they're hysterical. The two of them, because the personalities work.
Right.
And then but I will say, when you bring in other people, that has to be a challenge.
Well, it's certainly not our strength off the top, and so as we're going, we're trying to get better and better at the interviewing process, and some people are great interviews, and some people are challenging, and sometimes they go off the rails. As you know, when you do this, you don't know really what you're going to get and how much you're going to have to fill. You guys don't have too much problems filling, and I have Stu, and Stu doesn't need to take too many breaths either. So,
and then sometimes he says something, you go, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
And off the rails, I happened to catch the draft with Chad, and so having somebody like Chad on the show, which he was good with us, but he could talk for days.
Yeah, Chad can use a lot of words. Can definitely use a lot of words.
Yeah, when he's in charge, I mean, that's kind of his job. And so that'll happen. On our thing, he was fine, but we had 6 people. That was, we use the same platform that you use to stream this. So I kind of do the production stuff, and that was a mess trying to
jump around,
get everybody on there, the draft board, the screen, the scrolling, who's left, the whole thing. But we're actually going to do another one next Friday, I believe. So we're trying to put together our panel. It won't be Flanagan, so we won't have another all lefty team, I don't think. But
Flanagan, great idea.
Inside bowling for those that don't know. How often you guys live?
Yeah, sorry, you gave me the perfect promo, and I didn't even promo the whole thing. So Monday Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 Eastern on the Beef and Barnsey Show. Actually, tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, we're going to have Belmonte on. So the 2 o'clock slot doesn't fit well in Australia, but yeah, we have the best bowler in the world. We may get a few stories. Stu obviously has insights from the EBT days when they were both coming up together there. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Nice.
We had him on in the begining. He was great.
He's really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah. Great to interview.
Polished.
He's done it once or twice.
Yeah, and it makes it easier. You can have a conversation, but he just
Some people are natural. People are natural.
Like you, Joe.
Well, 30 years ago. Then it's another story. But I
like anything with practice. You guys, when you first started versus where you're at now, you get a flow.
We haven't changed, Frankie and I.
It's the same.
Yeah, we haven't grown at all.
We still don't know. Like today, we just decided to come out here.
Yeah. On a whim.
I can't see the screen in front of me.
You got sunglasses.
And so it's the sunglasses make it worse.
Okay.
And then there was a banner that when we first started, and you'll see this when you go into StreamYard. There's an issue with comments. So on the iPad in front of me, I can see the comments, but I have to go out and come back in because they're not real time. So they're scrolling up on the screen in front of me, and so now Liz left. So if I wanted to put one up, I can't because they don't know which one I'm looking at. This is what we dealt with in the beginning on the other platform, and now we've gotten so good we don't know what the hell's going on.
That's okay. But, I mean, look, we can't bowl, we can't play golf. This is what we do.
But it works.
Exactly. That's how we started our show too.
I think they did it to get away from their wives. It gave them some distraction.
Guilty. I'm guilty of that. Guilty as charged. I know she's not watching, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, when I first went on tour, I had to use calling cards to call home. And now the problem is I can't quite see the live scrolling feed of comments on our multi-platform live show that we throw out there. So
life has changed.
Progress.
Calling cards. And then at one time it was, we'll talk after 9 o'clock because that's when I have unlimited minutes.
Right, unlimited minutes.
Don't call me
the owners of AT&T as much money as we spent.
Back then?
Like everybody else. But
yes, we had beepers. I don't think Frankie knows
had
about it. Did you have a beeper?
I had a beeper.
The infamous
I hated
beeper.
that thing.
Yeah, just beep me. I'll call you back. Okay.
From where?
Yeah, the payphone. The payphone.
big time.
Yeah, I never had a drug business, so no beepers for me.
It's a New York thing.
That's a big Brooklyn thing.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
How many cell phones do you have?
How many cell phones
No
do I
burner
have?
phone?
I listen. I'm paying for 4, but I only have 1. One is mine.
You don't have a burner phone, then.
No burner phone.
No burner.
That's good.
No.
I feel safer now.
Yeah, well, I do have police in my family, so I can't. I do have cops in my family. I got to be careful.
So the police ran on it? This really isn't.
Yeah, well, I can't let that out.
What's the first thing you're looking forward to doing when we can actually escape?
I mean, in theory, we're allowed to now.
Right.
And really, yesterday was when we did the same thing, which was we stayed in and we didn't stay home and we did the same stuff. So,
but not everything's open, right? Because the movie theaters have decided not to. Right, your movie theaters have opted not to open yet. I'm sure your restaurants are still not full capacity, so you're still on a little bit of a lockdown.
Right. I think the hardest part is the masks and knowing, I'm a hugger. I want to hug people when I see them.
Yeah, it's hard.
Definitely.
That makes it really challenging. And the mask thing, I can't see their faces, and I'm big on interaction. So the first time I went out, I came home and had a meltdown. Poor Chris had to put up with me I can't do this. I can't do this.
I can't see anybody.
I'm not going to survive the zombie apocalypse. It's not going to be me.
Yeah, it's definitely like a Twilight Zone episode. You come outside every day and it's like living in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's different. So it's a lot of adjustment.
It is.
Yeah, it's a much longer process, but when I'm on the road for a while, when I come home, that's basically what I do. I just come here and I camp here. So this part hasn't changed much. The length of it has significantly, but I think probably bowling when we get started, that's I'm feeling an itch to get out there and get started. And PBA 50 and the rest of the PBA Tour and Weber Cup and some other things, it's all going to get packed in the back half of the year. And so I have a feeling it'll be busy once we actually get the green light.
Nice.
PBA 50 comes off your tongue really easy.
It's taken a while. It's taken a little bit. He's had practice.
Yeah, nothing like letting your hair grow for an extra couple of months without a haircut to just remind you what age you really are.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't relate. I have gray hair, but that's about it.
You know, I've been leaving with a hat everywhere that I go. Hats, it's hats UFN because I'm not until further notice. Hats. That's it.
I just have a little more glitter than I used to have. That's all.
Yeah.
Glitter is good.
As long as it doesn't turn blue, you're in much better shape.
Yeah.
It's headed that way.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good.
No.
So, and Chris, how are you? Since you're trying to, how are you staying active? You know, you're not bowling, so how are you staying active in the house? Are you actually running around the block? You doing any?
Well, we have a little loop around where we live, and so we've been walking the dogs way more than we have in a long time, that's about 1.5 miles or so. And then she was with a local group. Obviously, Heather Rico was doing a workout plan for the PBA guys, and then she adapted it for home. But I've been working out with her and her group, and they've been doing it online. And you know, it's a little more fun to do it with somebody. And so we do that. Today's sore day, so we got that part.
Oh, we're sore.
And you know, I just pulled in a bowling ball in and start swinging around and try and get my hand back halfway to relative normal. And you know, we actually had an episode yesterday, but you know, things like this to help with the exercises and kind of get things wrapped back up again and try and basically stop from getting injured.
Yeah, there you go.
What is that? What is that?
It's actually called the Marcy bar. It's something that's been around since Baker was on tour. So
I've seen it. Marcy bar?
Yeah.
Marcy.
It's like $20. You can do this, but actually for today's releases, you almost need to do it the other way more often.
Yeah.
And get that, because that tendon that runs down your, you know, the back, your ring finger is the one that actually gets injured way more now.
Right.
With releases and especially if fits are somewhat questionable. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Is just trying to get ready with that stuff.
Check that out.
Chris, you said was that Baker? Was which one? Tom Baker or Mark Baker?
Mark Baker.
Mark Baker.
Yeah.
He could also crank it too.
Mark, that was all athleticism back in the day.
Yeah, big guy. I remember, strong guy, very short backswing, but man, he could rev it up.
Yeah, I mean, he was 6'5", and he was 240, and when he was 240, he was stuck.
Yeah,
he was a strong dude.
Yeah,
and he had 4 titles, and then he had a bad back injury, and he had some TV issues, honestly, and with his career, he actually made more shows than say Randy Peterson. But Randy, when he made TV, won.
He won, yeah.
And Mark struggled, and so he dove into coaching, and now he gives over 1,000 individual lessons a year, and 3,000 total between camps and the clinics that I do with him, and
he's good.
And his lessons. I think he's the best, probably the best coach in the world. He's certainly the busiest.
Wow,
at this stage, which
that's great.
No substitute for experience, no matter what you're doing.
Oh yeah, that's too bad though that he had got hurt, because he probably would have went on to some greater things.
Wasn't he high average?
Yeah, he has a high average award. He was, for a little, probably 2.5 year run, he was in the conversation with the big boys.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Not the backside of Mark's career, certainly, but he was off that run in the 70s where he just murdered everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, the mid 80s and 82 to 85, he was as good as all the best guys. He was in the conversation with Mark and Marshall, and
he was on the telecast.
He was also the guy with no socks.
Yeah, but
no sock guy.
Really? Didn't wear socks?
You what?
He didn't wear socks?
No, he's a California boy through and through. So
Southern. Let's be straight here.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. See,
different world.
Yeah, you'll learn something new every day. Didn't know you didn't pull with socks on. Wow.
There you go.
Pretty cool.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Breaking news always happens here.
Yes, this is always, we always have breaking news. This is a special report from Rabs Country Lanes.
Yep. Glad that's what's going to stick for today.
Yeah. Mark Baker's
no socks.
Oh, there we go. That's great.
Unlike Tom Baker, who was from Buffalo, where it was freezing all the time, and Tom was always that smooth. I think he threw a full roll. That's how long he was on the tour. Back in the full roll days. I think Tom Baker had that little, he used to hold it under his chin and throw that little spinner. But man, that guy was good too. Very good.
Still good.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure he is.
I believe he's the only person I know of that won back-to-back tournaments. I think he took a week off in between them, but he's the only one to bowl 3 consecutive events in one.
That's right, he did.
The events he was in.
He did. That's because he's a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker. From
I
way
like
up
Tommy.
state.
Tommy's one of the all-time nice guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Add him to that list.
Add him to the list.
He's already on the list.
He's on the list.
Hey, Lynda, the Troy and Ryan are going to go off to school.
Right.
Any itch to go back bowling and maybe bowling a little bit more?
At all?
Wow.
No, I miss the people. Yeah. Hashtag all out. I miss the people. I miss, and I still get to see everybody. But through the years and injuries and different things, it's just, and I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it and be not good at it or not as good as I think I should be. So I'm a huge bowling fan, will always be, and love the people, and I'll always be around it. But I don't need to throw a ball to love it.
Wow. So Coffee Clutch Morning League is about it.
See, we won the league. That's what did it for me.
Oh, there you go.
We won the Wednesday Coffee Breaker League, got my $4, and that was it.
That was
What's left?
Notice how she celebrates that? You didn't leave. They kicked you out.
she was the high average in the league by like 65 pins.
it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh.
Wow.
It got to the point when you started looking more forward to the lunches and happy hour than the bowling.
And the bowling.
There you go.
Let's
There
just
you
do
go.
bowling.
They didn't stop inviting you, did they?
No, we all kind of retired together. We went out on a win.
I don't know when.
We went out on a win.
Well, you're always welcome to come bowl here.
That's
Oh,
You're always welcome to come bowl with us. It's a scratch league, so you guys will fit right in.
I think I'm going to do the bingo thing. That sounds like fun.
That's Frankie's.
Wait, so Grandpa Jim, would you allow Lynda to join
Oh.
the men's club on Tuesday and Thursday morning if she came and wanted to bowl with you?
Tuesday morning, yes. No,
Thursday morning,
Thursday
no.
night, it depends on-
Only Tuesday.
Only Tuesday. They're the ones that men's only, right?
Yeah.
Because she'd clean up anyway. It wouldn't matter. She'd walk out with all the cash, all the coins.
But what if Chris is of age? What if he walked in
Yeah.
and they moved here and wanted to join? Are you going to tell him no?
Oh yeah, on Tuesday they take everybody. All covers on Tuesday.
All right, Chris, you got a home. And
Even Midwesterners?
Yes.
and
Because they feel they're going to do the shell game on you in between and take
Anytime.
extra money.
That's what I was just going to tell him. Chris, you can come up here and bowl with us on Monday nights too. We have a scratch league, okay? And I run the 50 and over pot, so you can come in the pot.
Like it. I finally found my place.
There you go. Come on.
Well, between the pot and Grandpa Jim, we'll come out and bowl now.
Yeah, you're too far away.
It's,
Fun, I think.
it's the 50. You left something.
Well,
out.
I left something out. I'm
It's the
sorry.
50
Right.
and over
And the women. I do let the women. We have about maybe 9 or 10 women that bowl in the league, and they're all super, super tremendous bowlers.
Minus
And
one.
no, don't sell yourself short. Naz,
Yeah, don't do that. We know who wins those.
Naz is my teammate. Even though we're on pause right now, we are teammates. But it was a while there for about, I want to say, middle of September to the end of October. The girls were taking the guys to the woodshed every week, and guys were complaining, "You can't let the girls in anymore." I'm like, "How about beating them? How about just coming out and beating them?"
How
And
about
then
the practice?
yeah, I mean, come on. So it's 50 and over, and the women.
Nice.
So thank you, Frank.
Yeah, thank you. Listen, you get chastised. Somebody's going to come out.
Yeah,
here and
somebody's gonna rip me for
Sure,
that
you
now.
sold
Yeah,
me.
you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Say, somebody said that she'd make the league better looking. Yeah, of course.
Oh, come on.
Against those old guys.
Yeah, well, the girls make the league way better looking. Way better looking. You kidding?
Hey, Chris, the PBA, I actually can't get it off my tongue. The PBA 50. So now think about you're out bowling. It's like the old tour again, right? So, but you have to, I would imagine it's got to be a different challenge at this stage.
A different
Challenge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I first came out, and I didn't come on tour until I was 28. So those guys had been out there for 15 years. The Walter, the Parker, the guys that everybody associates with the 50 now. Mostly Ron Moore and those guys. But I guess the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is I get to be I get to stand in the oil again and have Hook to the right of me. So,
Nice.
it hasn't happened in a while. I mean, it transitioned out about, I don't know, you had Tommy and those guys for a while, and it wasn't a big deal because there was only 2 or 3 of them that were really good, and there was only maybe 15% of the field total. And then it got to be where there's 50% of the field, and it got to be a problem. And now Tommy is now what I used to be, so he's the power tweener guy now. And, I've turned into Brian Moss basically for when I came on board. So.
That's okay, Chris. There's nothing wrong with being, as I like to say, nothing wrong with being vintage. We don't call it the word. It's vintage.
Vintage is a nice word for saying over the hill.
Well, like a nice bottle of wine. You're vintage. Okay.
In Brooklyn, they wouldn't say that. They'd say you're effing old.
In Brooklyn, they'd say,
yeah, exactly.
You're freaking old. You're freaking old timer. I like to say vintage. That's all I'm saying.
So, and then there's
a bus going by.
So there's this group of you younger guys that have now entered this arena. The older guys, have they been accepting? Are they still out there going to compete at the same level as maybe they were before, or maybe not because of that?
Which tour?
The senior tour, sorry.
The PBA 50.
I haven't bowled an event with that yet. So to be honest, I don't really know what the landscape looks like a lot, other than I see Norm wins a lot. And Walter still, he's still good. When the average rev rate's not 500. And, Ron Moore and those guys. So I don't really have any idea. That group wasn't really my peer group because they'd been on tour so long when I came out there.
Right.
I wasn't really included in that group, even though age-wise I was probably closer to them than, say, Tommy and Bill and those guys who were 10 years younger, but we all came out closer together.
Yes. And then on the regular tour, you're the old guy, right? So,
with the exception of Norm, because really, I think Walter's about done. Pete didn't bowl this year. Parker decided, not to bowl very much this year as well. So and Mika, kind of retired a couple of years ago. So at this point, it's Norm and I, and then and not really much else. Walter's bowled this year, but I don't think he's going too much longer.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and I would imagine these guys are looking at you for advice, for help along the way. I mean, they all know it all, right? I'm sure that's the case.
Yeah, they don't need help from me. That the ones they're beating me already. So
you're telling him what to do. What was it? Telling him what to do, or coaching him up on how to do some exercises to get his rev rate up.
Yeah, Andrew Anderson got me at the World Championships the one year. So a year and a half ago, we were bowling. We bowled the World Championships. I ended up having I torn a labrum in my hip. I bowled awful. It was one of the worst. It was not a great way to go out. And then we bowled. I set up an exhibition for him and Tommy Jones and myself, and we bowled over in Hong Kong, bowling the same kind of house shots. And airports, going on, and I'm struggling to make the top 5 in an event that should not be a problem. And we get done, and I end up finishing 6th, and I just miss. And it's the super clipped, wet, dry house shot. Not ever a great thing for me anyway. I had flat 10 and then threw it. And he goes, man, if you just work on some versatility drills, maybe I.
Wow, that's cold.
Yeah, he's 23. He did win Player of the Year. I mean, he had those 2 good tournaments.
He's a great bowler, but
yeah.
No.
I thought he was kidding. I looked at Tommy, and Tommy's eyes, they went wide, and then he started that little giggle that he has.
Wow. I hope you realize he was talking to a Triple Crown winner. Maybe he didn't know he was talking to a Triple Crown winner.
It didn't matter.
The confidence of 23-year-olds sometimes, and I was that way once too, so I get it. Yeah. That being said, his name for me is now Eileen from Eileen's Bowling Buddies. So, I only refer to him as that. He's that way in my phone.
Perfect.
Very good.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
That'll teach him. Yeah, that'll teach him, the youngster.
Yeah, some of them learn faster than others, but yeah.
There you go.
I stopped being nice. I just looked at the kids and went, you can't even carry his bowling ball. You should be, don't move. No. There'll be none of that.
Yeah, there's no carryover pins. So it's the way the world works.
It is. Doesn't mean I have to be nice about it.
You have anything else you want to throw in there before we let them go back to
No,
enjoying themselves?
I'm just going to say that I think they should really consider coming up and paying a visit. Spend some time. Come bowl in our league. Come bowl the over 50. Come on, Chris. Come on.
Rochester's an easy place to get to. You know.
You're welcome. You're welcome anytime.
I'll come hang out and serve tables or something. I'll do something.
There's plenty of wine, Lynda. Don't worry about it.
Okay, then I'm there. I'll book my plane. I'll let you know when I'm coming.
We got room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, thank you guys so much for popping in and joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You guys all be safe out there.
You too. Be safe. Stay well.
Hope the center fills up really quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, your lips.
Yep.
Your lips.
Yes.
Thanks again. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Take care.
All right, stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
That's
That
cool.
was cool.
Barnes duo.
I got to tell you, we've been hitting home runs with these duos. I think we need Batman and Robin next, and then it's official. We got all the duos. We need the dynamic duo.
You sing Batman, can you sing the theme song? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Originally aired on ABC.
Check that out.
There you
Of
go.
course.
Yep.
Again, see, Dennis was asking, he wondered what kind of useless
More useless information
would come out, and there it is.
Oh, you know what, Frank? I do have a PSA, as we like to say in the business. I have a public service announcement.
Let's go. Let's hear it. You heard it here first. Breaking news.
Yes.
Is this breaking news?
This is kind of breaking news. It's an apology from me.
Oh.
It's a mea culpa.
Yes.
I spoke incorrectly last week on the show, and I don't want to tarnish Mike Alby's clean rep. And I also made Bob Learn kind of look bad because I gave bad information. I went back to, as Warner Wolf used to say, let's go to the videotape. I went back to the tape and watched that show. And what Bob Learn really said was, yes, give Johnny Petraglia a few glasses of wine. He tells the best stories and they get better with the wine. Then he said, Mike Albee also tells great stories. Didn't mention wine. What he said was, another guy who likes to knock back wine and the stories get better is Nelson Burton Jr., not Mike Albee. Boy. So I apologize to Mike Albee, even though Mike was fine, took it with a grain of salt, and he laughed about it. I don't want Bob Learn coming after me and saying, hey, you misquoted me, Brooklyn guy. So sorry, Bob
Seems
Learn.
like a headlock kind of guy.
Yeah, Bob would definitely, he would definitely squash me like a grape. So I'm sorry, Bob, and I'm sorry, Mike, but that's my PSA, public service announcement. Joe Cal stands corrected by himself. That's that. So
and for Mike, it's a glass of Pepsi.
For Mike,
stories.
It's a Pepsi and stories. Pepsi and stories. That's right.
Mike, if you're still watching, that's
right.
Sorry, Mike. Love
sorry,
Joe.
Mike. Yep. Sorry, Mike. And sorry, Bob. Sorry.
And you know what? If you ever been in Nelson Burton's,
I have. I had lunch with him once many years ago.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And another great. And he really in the booth doing shows. I love listening to him.
Yeah,
and his stories.
The best. Yep. The best.
Just a great mind of and between the stories he would tell and the facts, and it was just great. He was really good at like painting that picture.
Yes.
Of a match.
Yes.
So
yep.
Yeah, I used to like to listen to him.
So Lynda wants us to make sure that thank you for having us, and she's going to be back for wine, bingo,
and hugs.
All right. Lynda, you mentioned the hugs. We're definitely huggers. You know that.
Without a doubt.
But I might be foregoing the handshake. I might take
fist bump.
Yeah,
Dr. Fauci.
So wait a second.
Dr. Fauci said nobody should have ever shaken hands.
Right.
He is so anti-shaking hands.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
with it.
Right.
Let's go back. That you were not a fan of handshaking before this even happened.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, absolutely.
So this kind of
you heard it here, folks.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the fist bump for a while.
Yeah,
okay.
Frankie was never a handshaker.
You know what part of the problem is, Joe? All right, so just for a quick rant.
Go ahead.
If I put my hand out, I think we've lost this in some sort of teaching.
Yeah.
In business, they teach you shake somebody's hand, you shake somebody's hand.
Absolutely.
I don't want this.
Right. You don't want the wet rag.
I don't want your hand.
You don't want the wet rag.
If I happen to get this, come on, fix it. Let's get in there. Maybe I'm a little quick.
Right.
So in business, Are we gonna get mail today?
It looks like the mailman's coming.
Here's
I
the
know
mail. It never fails. Oh no,
it's
it's
going.
failed us all.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah. No, he's waiting
It's
for the
gone
red light. Yeah.
Poor Pete is on vacation,
We miss our mail.
and we called him to make sure he is okay. And Pete is a-okay, but we've got a substitute who, obviously, she sees we're here. Obviously, you could have delivered the mail. There's the door. We've got a number on the
If that's
door.
a mail person, we don't know if that's for us.
It is.
It is. You want me to go run them down?
Go run her down.
Well, it looks like
she's a lady.
she's making a left turn at the
Sorry,
light.
sorry,
now,
Nance.
so.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
About the handshake.
What's about the handshake?
About the handshake. So growing up in business, that it was a way to kind of, I don't want to say judge somebody,
Yes.
but to get a feeling of the type of person
Yes.
and the heartbeat or how that person is kind of by their handshake. It's kind of like a first impression. But yeah, I don't think it's, it was just one of those things. Like, I'm older than you, so it's more ingrained in me.
I'm with you, Naz.
But
That was
yeah.
breaking news too. Naz is older than I am.
Yeah.
And I'm squarely in the middle here. Just saying. Really in the middle.
So
What close?
having said that,
That's true.
Right, real Italians.
It's real Italians are hugs and kisses.
and
but-
not one kiss.
which
Right.
which passes even more germs.
Right, exactly.
So it can't be about the germ passing.
Right. I mean,
It's about the actual
yeah,
the actual feel of the handshake.
the actual type of the shake. Like my dad told me at a very young age, had to be around maybe 8 or 9. Look a person in the eye when you greet them, give them a firm handshake, because you only get one chance to make a first impression. So I learned that at a young age. And then as I got older, I was like, I give a good handshake, but now I'm a hugger. So that's, I didn't get that from Dad. Wasn't much of a hugger. But
that's gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna change, and things are gonna be different.
the new normal.
And you know what? The other thing, and
Frankie's got. This is what happens when we don't have the diffuser.
Yeah, see,
No. We're talking about, it's not bad.
I'm the anti-diffuser.
I'm just speaking out loud here. Think about this.
Go
So
ahead.
now in bowling,
Yes.
we're all friends.
Right.
Whether you sometimes it's depending on who you're bowling,
Right.
whether you miss,
Right.
you still get a high five.
The hand is out. Right.
Well, a lot of times some people for a miss you get pound, high five. It's always hands are always out.
Right.
Bizarro.
Right.
Like we're in sports, we're rooting for the other team to beat me.
Right.
Okay. I love that. I think
Right.
that's what
That's-
makes this
yeah.
unique. But now, and I've talked about this a little bit, but the shaking the hands thing is very particular with bowling.
Yes.
If I'm bowling, I want my hand to stay as dry as possible.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't
Yeah.
come up to me and you just came in from the rain,
Right.
or you're a sweaty person and you got clammy hands.
Or you're smoking a cigarette outside or whatever, and you come back in and
I don't want
right.
any
I
of
know.
it.
Yep. I know.
Don't want any of it.
I know.
They were
So-
a little afraid of us.
Yes, they were frightened. They're like,
yeah,
"What's going on there?"
We've got passerbyers that every time they look at us like
Look at it; it's a little overcast
Yes.
right now. I don't know if anybody noticed.
I took my sunglasses off. There's a little bit of a glare though.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah. FDNY.
Well, we hope whoever that is okay.
That they're okay.
Or they just wanted to go to the traffic.
Maybe they're
light.
going. I think they're going into
I
Wendy's
don't think they're
drive-thru.
supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Or they could cut that line. That Wendy's is doing bang up business.
Yes. Look at that line right
That
now.
line,
Look at
yeah.
that line.
Wraps
That line
around
is-
the bill.
Yep.
Wraps around the other yesterday was
Yep.
out the parking lot, down to Highland,
Yep.
and up the
It's
block.
crazy. Wendy's, and yet Burger King is like starving over there. There's like
Yes.
one car.
So
But-
I got a photo while we're sitting
Oh, okay.
here from our neighbors on my street.
Oh, the Oscar Mayer
They are
cookout.
enjoying their cookout, and here is Mr. Rourke.
Where's
Of
Kevin?
course,
Oh,
Kevin would be
there he
Kevin
is.
is out there.
Oh, so we did bring his.
Look at the
Oh.
size of that grill.
Wait a minute. Kevin has the old charcoal grill there.
Yeah.
No gas. Wow, he's going
Yeah.
old school.
Yes, he does. He
Yeah, the
does.
real grill's in the back.
I like it, Kev.
Look, they got a table set up. They got chairs. Look how nice that is.
That's like a tailgate when you go to the Jet and Giant game.
Yeah,
That's
so when I
great.
go home, hopefully they're all still out there.
Say
He said
Frankie
the
a
other
burger.
neighbors are outside too.
Very
That's
nice.
He told me that Anthony was out there, and I said, "Huh? Not Anthony.
Oh,
The guy across the street."
oh.
So I hope if anybody else is taking part in this,
Very
it's a beautiful
nice.
day. It's nice to see your neighbors from afar.
Yeah, I'm gonna grill later when I get
You know
home.
what? Now that the sun's kind of gone, it's kind of nice out
Nice
here.
out, yeah.
I'm grilling tonight, Naz.
I
I'm
am too.
grilling tonight.
I am grilling also.
I was
Yep.
going to do leftovers, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna grill.
Bro
It is a
Wallace
nice
says,
grilling.
use the other hand, never the bowling hand. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to use any hand.
Yeah, right. Now, according to Dr. Fauci, we're not using any hands at all.
You know, that was fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Very good. Very
It was
nice.
fun.
A little bit of a glare. I'm
I
gonna
have
put my shades back
to
on.
do something.
Yeah, I gotta. Hey, how are you? Doing all right, thank you. The first one to say hello to us.
Yes, that's right.
Everybody else looks at us like
First
we're
passer
crazy.
by on the.
The only
we all
problem is
crazy.
with the masks, we can't see
You don't
their
really
full
know who it
facial
is.
expression.
Yeah.
Right, they
right,
could be
yeah.
like,
And
Yeah.
they're so they could be making the face with their mouth
Right.
and cringing because they've got glasses or
Right.
you know.
Well, but the eyes are the windows to the soul, so he looked happy. So, right. So I mean, he looked happy. He looked genuine. So you know,
So that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
awesome. I think we had a good time.
that was great.
Thank you, Lynda and Chris.
Yes.
We are here again at 2:00 every day until further notice.
UFN.
Hey, Nance, tomorrow is the end of the week.
yes, stretch a little bit because I'm
It's called filler. You got to put some filler in there
put some
now.
filler in there.
You got to put some filler in. Filler.
So we're not going to talk about tomorrow then.
Not yet.
Now, a couple minutes.
Well, Joe, it's always a pleasure having you with us.
Thank
we
you,
really
Frank.
do
You
love
know,
having you with us.
I enjoy being here at my home away from home amongst my friends. You know, again, a little piece of my heart's going to be broken Friday morning when I get up and say, it's May 8th. Oh, the golf outing was today. But what I might do, maybe Friday, if the weather's nice and it's supposed to be, I think after I log off from working from home,
Go to the driving
maybe
range.
I'm going to go down and maybe go play a few holes.
Oh,
Maybe I'll go play a few holes.
Call me.
I'll call you.
Sneak
On my
on.
way.
Go play a few
On
holes.
my way.
Yes. I know it's trespassing. I'm breaking the law, but everybody else is doing
Breaking
it.
the law.
Hey,
Breaking
hey,
the law.
so I missed this comment because the sun, but that's all right. John Wilder's down in Florida says he still bowls league with Nelson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's in Florida now, Nelson.
Yeah.
That's right. As is JW, our promo man. Yep. That's
You
cool,
know,
Johnny.
and shout out to John. Thank you for shooting those promos each day.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny.
Reminding our folks who is watching. Hey, Naz, you know what I have to look forward to? I got a notification. My Misfits box, my produce showed up today.
very
Oh,
nice.
mine is shipped, so I'm going to get mine tomorrow.
So
Very
when I
nice.
go home, I know we're gonna grill some fish,
Excellent.
and I have some nice fresh produce. I don't know what we're gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be
That's-
mystery. We're gonna
that's
open it
okay.
up and see.
Nothing
That's
wrong with
going on
it.
the barbecue.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I
Surprises.
spent the morning prepping the produce I got yesterday, and then I'm getting more tomorrow. So I'll spend another hour prepping that. I feel like that's all I do now. Although I talked to Kevin this morning, and I said to Kevin, I guess I'm doing the female version of arranging my sock drawer. Was I arrange my pantry?
Very nice.
Everything on my pantry.
I thought you were gonna talk about hose for a second.
No.
Arranging some
Hose.
some
Labels.
Why are you bringing that up?
Labels. I'm impressed, Naz. Labels.
Yeah, well, just so I can keep
Yeah.
track of what was where, and
That's good.
yeah, so
Very organized.
You know,
Very good.
organizing tip. I got one for you. Ready? I got this one today.
I'm ready.
You might already know this. But this morning somebody shared with me. You know, since we're like moving stuff and putting stuff away, take a photo before you close the bin.
take a photo
Take
of
a
what's in
photo
it.
Yes.
of the bin
Yes.
and then close it up, print it, enlarge it, and that's what goes on the front.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. and
You
when
can actually
stack
put
them-
it right inside the
Inside.
front
Yeah,
of the
you
bin.
could. Yes.
So
you
when
can.
you stack them, you just come on. And we're organizers. We've got labels on everything.
All right?
That's great, though.
But that's nice, though.
That's like the next step.
I actually have a drawer in my pantry that's above my head that I have no idea. It's like the land of the lost. So whatever goes up there is kind of up there. It's fair.
Yeah.
So that's actually why I put the label on there.
You need to.
So I know what's.
that one.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
little step to it, but it's.
The comments were just blowing up. We got a lot of hearts and happy faces. Thank you for that. I think Jerry Marchese. Hi, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi,
love you.
Jerry.
Hope you're feeling all right.
Hope
Yes, we
you're feeling
hope
better,
you're
Jerry.
feeling better.
Yes.
Hey, you know, I had a perfect opportunity for filler. I didn't show. So we've been sharing that it's our 25th
Old
anniversary.
photos, right?
I got an old photo for you since
Oh,
we're
I
outside.
love these.
We're outside. Check this
Is
out.
it?
Look at
Oh,
that.
I hope. Oh, look
Wow.
at that.
That is the sign that we first put
Right. That's the original.
before
right?
the ugly sign that we currently have. And I can't stand that. Everybody knows that. I've talked even when it was designed, I said, "Ew."
We're
that's
not happy with ours either. So I say
that's
we
gonna get done. That's-
revamp.
Yes, that's at some point when there's money. There's no money.
There's no money now.
The milk jug is.
Yeah. Everything's
It's
on
empty.
pause.
It's
Everything's on
empty.
pause.
That is a very expensive. I've had multiple
Oh, I
drafts
know.
of what we could do out here.
I know.
But at some point that'll happen. But that
Alright.
was the first sign. It was a country lane sign.
Right.
And that was the first sign, the new
Wow.
pylon to go out there.
That's cool.
That was 95, 96.
Very
I don't
nice.
think it went up right away.
Right.
Do you remember that old country lanes blue sign?
I remember that one. Yes, I remember that one.
Which matched everything inside.
Yeah.
Everything inside.
Yep.
Blue and orange.
I remember.
Yep.
So Naz, all right, we're gonna go back. So
Tomorrow.
great show today.
The rewind
It's
button.
Wonderful.
the end of the week. tomorrow's
were
going to
great
start
guests.
the new week Sunday.
Yeah.
Who's our special guest for tomorrow? We've got a
Special guest tomorrow. Ex-Met, ex-Red Sox, ex-Oriole, Pedro Beato will be joining us tomorrow. And I believe we will have Jen Lane will be joining us tomorrow for a little music.
So we're bringing Music Monday to Music Sunday.
That's okay.
So so our Music Monday guest can't be with us on Monday.
Because she works.
So she's going to join us on Sunday.
You know what you call it now? Symphony Sunday.
Symphony Sunday.
Symphony Sunday.
Symphony
You got to be
Sunday.
quick with the wits. You got to be quick with the.
That's why that's part of the reason why we have you on Saturdays.
Well, thank you.
Because it's
and we
the
want
end
you
of the
here.
week for us.
We want you here on other days too, but we have a job.
I'm WFHing.
We don't
so-
have jobs really.
Right.
This is
it. This is our job.
Well,
right
you know,
now.
I'm going to give my
Couple
job a
hours
quick
a day.
plug.
You get a job.
I should have told the Barnes when they were on because they have high school seniors. Saturday after next, I'm giving my ABC television network a shameless plug. We are airing, along with other networks, just like the One World Show. We are airing called Graduate Together, and it's going to be for all the high school seniors. Whether you're no, let me take that back. Pause. Rewind. Back. It's for all the seniors, 8th graders, high school, college, whoever's graduating.
Oh.
All the seniors graduate together. It's going to air on all the major networks, and it's going to air at 8 o'clock Saturday, May 16th. So you can have your graduation with everybody else across the nation. Watch, graduate together, and enjoy.
So what is the actual format of that going to be?
Well, again, it's getting fed in to all of the networks either night before or early morning that day.
Oh, is that?
And it's going to
what
be
I
like One
saw?
World again, where all the networks are going to air it.
Is Brene Brown going to speak at that?
I believe so. I didn't get all the specifics. I just know we have our room ready to take the feed in, and we're
They're
going to
be
feed in on
like
Friday.
kind of speakers that are going to
Speakers
speak to them
from their homes, and everyone is going to be graduating together from their home across the country. So it's for all those folks who have kids that are going to be graduating. You and your children watch it, enjoy it, and let the kids have some sort of celebration.
Well, it's
for their
definitely going to
graduation.
be they're going to have something unique that nobody else.
That's
and
right.
everybody at home,
That's right.
should get their diplomas and do
Yeah.
the dun,
Dun,
Yeah.
in front of the TV. As they
Yeah,
walk by.
that's right. And if you have your cap, throw it in the air, right?
That's cool.
And a shout out to our buddy Joe Bruno, his son Anthony,
Oh, yes,
choosing
he made
Penn
a
State
decision.
University.
Oh.
He's going down to
Yeah.
Happy Valley. So young AB, that kid, I got to tell you, you talk to that
Yeah.
young man, and it's like talking to, he's a 17-year-old, maybe 18 now. I think he just had a birthday. Maybe he's 18 coming up, but it's like talking to like a 35-year-old. Such a nice young man, raised by great parents. And good luck, Anthony,
He's
when you
going
go
to
to
the
Penn
business
State.
school there, right?
Yes, he
I
is.
think? Yeah.
Going down to Happy
Congratulations.
Valley. Yep, down in Penn State.
Hey, Joe,
Congratulations.
we just got poo-pooed on Symphony Sunday.
Really?
Of course.
Symphony Sunday is only appropriate if
Oh, well, of course, Monsignor Butler had to throw that in there. Sorry, Monsignor Butler. Sorry, Rob.
I do happen to agree with Rob.
Yeah, he's right.
on this one.
He's right. Yeah.
And I don't believe she'll be playing a symphony, but
Should be singing from the bathroom.
You know what?
she'll be doing her
All right.
bathroom sessions.
Here's a friendly edit. I'm going to edit myself out. How about Serenade Sunday?
Hey,
How's that?
There it is. Very
See?
good.
Happy
Sunday
Rob.
Serenade.
Serenade Sunday. Sunday Serenade.
Oh.
There you go.
I like Sunday Serenade.
There you
Sunday
go.
Serenade. So tomorrow, Pedro's gonna be with us. A little Sunday Serenade. I don't think we'll be out here.
No, it's going to be warmer tomorrow
Yes, 75.
75.
and sunnier.
Woo!
Yeah, you
No,
don't
thank
want to. I think you might want to keep it in tomorrow. It's going to be like sitting in a microwave. if
You
you're
should
out
wear a
here.
hat tomorrow, right? Well, thanks for
you,
continuing
Rob.
to tune in with us.
Rob said much better.
Much better.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Rob.
Rob. We appreciate
Sorry, Hillary. Thank you, Rob.
it. Well, thanks for tuning in with us. We hope you are enjoying this beautiful day. And if you're watching this on a rerun, thanks for not tuning in with us live, but watching anyway.
But watching
right.
anyway.
That's right.
However you watch, we like it.
However,
Like our page, subscribe, so that you get that little notification that reminds you to come and watch us.
yes,
Joe, thank you.
always my pleasure.
But
You're
really,
quite welcome.
Thank Lynda and Chris.
Oh, they were tremendous. They really were. And something tells me we're going to turn around one of these Monday nights and see Chris wheeling in his balls saying, "You told me I can go in the over 50 pods." So come on, Chris. Come on up.
Yeah, he's going to be subbing for Frankie probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Your allergies okay today?
Yeah, what?
You struggling? I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, no, there's a lot blowing.
there's a lot going on
blowing
today,
around,
but,
and
yeah.
my eyes are. I'm having an eye
I was
problem.
trying to block it.
Yeah, but
I was trying to block
you're doing a good job.
But so far, so good.
Well, you know, what do we do here, Naz?
We keep it real. I mean, you know, sometimes it's not the best, but it is us,
What do you mean?
and it's real.
It's always the best.
It's the beauty of live television.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do have breaking news.
Oh,
Just came to me.
breaking news.
I mentioned on the show the other day when Rob Hart was on that
Oh yes.
I said, isn't he doing a class where he's teaching writing?
Right.
And Terry said,
No.
No.
So Terry was wrong.
Nice job,
Well,
Mom.
guess what? He
Yeah.
posted today that he's doing a teaching class, teaching writing. And
That's cool.
so I asked Terry, how is it that I know more about what your son is doing than you do? And she gave me this emoji.
Yeah, she went with the.
Bad information, Terry.
Bad
About your
information.
own child.
But then
Yeah.
Kevin did chime in to say that even more of a reason, it's breaking news.
There you go. That's right.
We broke it here.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Yes. Oh,
Perfect. That was awesome.
Jim, is that your alarm? No, okay. Just checking, Uncle Jim. Just checking.
somebody in the service area, the alarm going off. They're
Yep.
looking for a car, right? That's how you find your car
Yes,
here. in
there
New
you
York.
go. Yep. Pretty easy to find now.
Naz,
I did. I said it. That was awesome.
see you tomorrow.